Let's change a few things on this. Let's change a few things on the screen. Number one, I'm changing the car. The car is no longer messed up. Yeah, I did that.
How did you do that?
I don't always run the computer. I did the oh my god, there was this April Fool thing last year, the April 1st. I did stuff like this to the computer screen of my teacher in my high school in Sina. He got it was like, oh my freaking, the whole class got so oh my god. Most of the girls like, Mr. Hardison, how dare you? It was like a bunch of girls right here on his screen. And freaking they call it their they call it the beach uniform.
John, get your butt in this room in here.
Sorry.
John, otherwise I'll have a comment to make in your contract.
Oh, you don't want that, John. Oh, your backpack's open, by the way.
Okay. Now we're gonna go through this stuff. I'm gonna tell you what we're kind of doing. This is most of the time 30 lightning.
What?
Okay, let's see if we can move on here. Okay. We're gonna go over this quickly. We're not gonna get deep into it. The reason is we're gonna be hitting much the same thing when we go over. The main thing, this is we're on 17.
We're still on there for
Oh, wait a minute, that's right. I'm sorry, we didn't make finish section 2. I think I'm in 4th grade on 7. We still have to go through, finish up finish up the cost of the war. You got that last part for me, right? This is the last part? Okay, let me take a roll real quick for you guys. I'm sorry, I was channeling 4th grade instead of 7th. This is why I tried to you guys, to get on before the period, and it's like, no. We still have to send some of that paper. I know, they didn't share that. Okay, so I tell everybody.
I found a book, I just can't find my history.
What's on here?
I'm right here.
Okay.
Mr. Barlow's so blind.
John? Anna, no, turn his head up, please. But do it outside, but it won't make so much mess. Okay. Anyway, let's finish up the session. I'm sorry. Okay, yes. Ooh, well. This was. Yeah. Now, the cost, war cost and number. Civilian dead. Now, it's not here, it's not world history, so we're not gonna get into it. But, we're talking about civilian dead. A lot of civilian dead are gonna be in what is not true. Basically, the Turks go on a genocide, on the Armenians, killed a couple million of those. They go genocide on the Greeks, which have been that part of the world for the last 3,500 years. And the Turks are the new ones in there. So they go genocide on them. The genocide among the Turks in the Balkans. You know, it's, so they have this huge exchange of population. There's lots of people who fall by the wayside. I don't think they count the fatalities of the Russian Revolution, Russian Civil War, which is about 3 million. But civilians have heart. They can't be thousands or millions of people starve yet. That won't start. Today, that's a war crime. You start out a city, that's what nobody prison. The states and nations who do that. Very seldom do those people face start. But civilian deaths are going to be really, really heavy. Okay, so fairly final pool. Okay. Okay. And that's this. First one. Civilian. This is assigned for about 11 million. Okay? This war took about a minute more civilian lives than the military. Not by much. War two. Okay,
Let's check on it.
okay, military deaths. Military deaths. Military. Again, about 11 million. I understand that. You know, Germany got discussing it. Not as bad. Germany's going to be the next war. Germany really got to take it for sure. They're going to be really hurt. And of course, the Russians. The British and French will actually get hurt really badly as they did this one. Okay, let's see. 20 million. Now, some of these guys are, if you look at the Austro-Hungarian Empire, you take a look at, they actually have more casualties than they had men who served, which means some of these guys got shot in the back, got shot in the back, got shot in the back. Okay? So, I mean, you got 8 million served and they had 9 million casualties. Okay. That's a lot of refugees. Yeah. Let's see. 10 million refugees. Not as many as will be in the next war. Okay, refugees 10 million. I'm only going to put this about. We don't have final tools on any of that stuff. Okay? We don't have the numbers too high. The numbers too. Now, refugees, we're going to have refugees. Folks coming from Turkey over, coming from Greece and Bulgaria and stuff like that. And the Turks, you know, people who shoot Turks, Muslims should shoot heck of it, so we got to get out of there. So there's an exchange of populations. We're going to have Armenians moving who have no place to go when Russia's in the wilderness. So there is a, you know, so to speak, of Armenia, but a lot of those Armenians just have to kind of pull their area when they kill them, so they set up a president. That's partly a joke, partly not. Anybody who has a last name in I-A-N or J-I-N, anything like that, generally like Governor of California, nation, in the Senate. Okay, the president really cut this into our meeting. It's enough that even in the 1970s, the Turkish consul to Los Angeles with his brainful of practice outside Armenian president. It sets up setting world scores so that most people involved in that long dead by now. Okay? So there's still that thing. You ever tell a Turk, well, what about the Armenians? You freak out. Good night. Where are you? Little Turk, no, it didn't happen. So, well, they like themselves. This is about genocide, okay? This is a genocide. Okay? And in fact, most of the guys ordered will be killed in the next few years in Operation Nemesis. Basically, agreement that's for basically gather together the terrorists group. And that's what's going on. You're not kidding, most of the guys. So, yeah, it's one of those nasty things, but the church, no, we didn't do it. We didn't do it. She did. In fact, the Turkey tried to break relations. Well, like California, the Turkish embassy in consulate in Los Angeles and the embassy in Washington, completely hate actually France declared against the law tonight. Now, you know, the 12,009 my boss I had, he was on the edge of that. Most powerful Russian Germans. But also, when I went to college, when I went to school, one of my classmates, much older, was a court, we actually serving went to the PW. And one of his sort of escape attempts, saw white people from the Germans. Okay? Long white people standing in line. Saw that. Nobody told me this. And the people who saw that, they had no reason to make us especially no reason like this in the continent. So, what the estimated economic cost? Well, the cost of the time we're talking about was $336 billion. Yeah, $338 billion. So $338 billion. I'm not sure what kind of money that money's in. If you did that today, with these kind of we did that today, it would be $338 billion. I'm going to spend over $1 trillion in rock. Well, that's small scale compared to this one. So I would say today, I would say probably today's money. If that was happening today, I think we probably have about 50, 60 trillion. Okay. Government is already a little part of whole countries. Okay. I'm in a little part of the whole country. You're going to look, I mean, think of the gas bill. The gas is definitely gas. 22 million dead. Not going to be anything compared to it, too. It was 7 million dead. Okay. And anything happening after that, this is like we got stabbed and backhand the Russians. You can Russia every day. Russia almost launched out in the 80s. We thought they were going to attack us. We weren't. But they thought we were. When they got the change, they estimated offhand death toll in Americans, just Americans, at that time. Americans. This is in 45 minutes. Yep. Okay. The nuclear exchange was they killed at least 250 million people in 45 minutes.
Wow.
Okay, think about that. 45 minutes. Well, the thing is, we tread carefully with Russia and China. Somebody has the ability to not do like what last year. But of course, that cost to do the same for that. Okay, is you get a little hurt. Okay, you get a little forgiveness of that, right? You do forgive it because it's a little part of that. So, you know how that's done. Okay, that's when this is cool. It takes half an hour to get from Russia to the United States. This goes up in space, coming on down, the warhead goes into, however many warheads that are carried by the missile, spread to, anywhere from 3 to 10, the warheads out there in cities. Or the submarine. Submarines right now, some of the people watching, several hundred warheads. It's one sub right now. Okay, one sub is off about 14, 16, 18 missiles, and one sub called boomers. Each one of those at least 3 warheads on it. Just imagine what we consider. Thermonuclear warheads, we are just the small firecrackers of the ocean outside, the big ones. These are thermonuclear, one of those is part of Sacramento, we take out West Sacramento. We would die. In fact, we would be So we've been moving too fast.
Are you too late to get up?
Go out.
Okay, some people have friends, some people have social skills, friends do things for them. Okay. They're not big things, well, anyway, now when we're at home, it wasn't a whole lot of fun. Now, first of all, one of the things Wilson was worried about. Now, you know that Wilson's not a likable guy, President Wilson. He's not a really likable guy, but he is kind of a philosopher in ways. He's dead on. Listen to this, what he said. Okay? Once lead his people into war, and they'll forget there was ever such a thing as tolerance. Okay. To fight, you must be brutal. Okay, good. Yeah, no, listen to me. I'm reading this. Let me start over. I don't want to play. Nothing. Nothing till it's done. This is what the president at that time was saying before the declared war. Once lead his people into war, and they'll forget there was ever such a thing as tolerance. To fight, you must be brutal and ruthless. The spirit of ruthless brutality entered into the very fiber of the national line. Infecting Congress, the courts, policemen on the beat, the men. Conformity will be the only virtue, and every man who refused to conform would abdicate it. I don't mind difference now, as ISIS did. It's infected Congress, it's infected every part of our national life. Right. And that's just standard especially super American. That is standard. Yeah. When you start that, people get nasty and go to. I'll tell you a story of one guy. This is one of my favorite stories of all time. It takes place in, shall we say, the Jim Crow South. There's several morals to the story. Now, one, you have an African American man fresh out of college, and he's an activist. This is World War I, and he's going down to set up a school. He goes down, he sets up a school for other African American children, but he didn't have a building. All he's got is a tree stump where everybody, that's a big table, and they use that. That's all he's got. It's the only school these kids have. But since he seems to be uppity, people start to get worried, especially getting paranoid. Is he working for Germany? Is he working for the Germans? Rumors start going. So, as all too common back then, he finds himself, oh, yes, okay, do you mind if I
Always provided.
pass? Rescue the chocolate from that thing before it melts. Now, as too often happens at that time, the man finds this young man, college man, ideal, finds himself standing on a pile of kindling with a noose around his neck, as he's about ready to be burned up. And so some guy, literally Confederate heavy, veteran of the Civil War, said, "Boy, I heard you could make a speech. Why don't you make a speech now?" So the guy does. And he makes a stirring speech on the need to educate these young black kids. And everybody stands there and realizes, "Well, we're doing this. Why are we doing this? We're kind of being stupid right now, aren't we?" And they're impressed by the speech I got. So anyway, after a while, he goes and makes the speech. The news around that. And people witness set fire to the kingdom. And he does it. And pretty soon somebody comes by and moves the noose around his neck, unties him. And that instead of passing around donations for the school. Okay, so 2 lessons. 1, Americans, especially Southerners, get really kooky in time of war. Okay? 2, man, don't be afraid to make the speech when it's time to make the speech. Okay? Because you can be convincing. You can convince people if you know how to speak. The guy talked himself out of being lynched. Not only that, getting contributions to his skull. He did it with a noose around his neck and killing at his feet. Not bad, not bad at all. Okay, that comes from a book, Dale Carnegie wrote a book on basically how to win friends and influence people. And this is because of a separate book. But that was one that kind of went, holy cow, you pull that off, you can pull anything off. You are a salesman. You are the ultimate salesman. So, but, to give you an idea, now America's going to have to make changes. When we go whole hog into war, one thing that's got us into trouble, like the Iraq War, got us into real trouble, is that we didn't raise taxes, we didn't pay for the war. So, basically, we have a huge deficit and we didn't make any sacrifice. I mean, the Iraq War, what sacrifice?
I'm gonna hold it.
Make that no.
So, did you go yesterday?
No.
You go yesterday?
Lots of private paid for it?
You like
No.
it?
Some families
A
make
lot?
huge sacrifices.
You got pictures?
The
one I was-
Oh, yeah.
Give you an idea?
I didn't sign
Well, where is,
It's all sports, it's like kind of,
Well,
I know what that is.
yeah.
here's
A
the thing.
bunch of businesses and buildings and stuff out there.
Yeah.
They have a salon
The
tax.
people were, you know, they didn't have these small, many jobs.
The actual.
However, the worst time you need for labor is about over 1 million women.
I have to wait to go in for my
For
second,
women, as the
like, until I get my grant, or my, diploma.
Oh.
So you have to graduate? And then how much does it cost?
21 for the whole program though.
Well, all school's expensive. Sac State would cost you that much after a fashion. Okay, so the whole school, how long for the whole school?
You have to do 6 months, or 6 weeks of like 4 weeks.
No, I think the comedian,
Weeks.
or
6
Mr.
weeks
Attitude.
of like
Oh, Mr. Attitude.
Silence and stuff. 2 weeks of
Right.
men's parachuting and then 4 weeks in the summer, like practicing on actual people. And then like 5 or 6 more weeks of another course, and then 4 weeks of skin, 2 weeks of nails, and then like 4 weeks of like on the floor in between. So it's like over a year's worth of school.
Does the tuition, does like Cal Grants pay for any of the tuition? Is it
Yeah, they're gonna help me apply for
financial aid? So for grants and or loans? Both?
Yeah,
Not sure you'll find out.
Yeah, I'll call back from both of them, like, but I definitely will get financial aid for going home, because they're like,
These are,
they're big.
these are, what happened for a rabid Republican at,
Okay.
uh,
How did you find out about it?
yeah, at Rio.
I
You know, there's a rabid Republican.
I went there.
Well,
Goes there.
when I said rabid
She goes
Republican.
He goes there, she goes there. Okay.
She's really good. I've done her hair before, so that's just.
Yeah, huh? This is really cute.
Yeah, I saw them at Starbucks, and I was like.
It is totally Starbucks.
But then again, Scottish like I am.
So this is your thing?
Same plan, so it's in our blood to be.
Oh. All right, well, we gotta get graduated, right? Okay.
Yeah.
How are you feeling today?
Let's take a look here.
Not
Now,
feeling?
things have got to change. One of the things
So you have
is,
to fight
we're
with
gonna
the
set some organizations
Huh?
Yeah,
that,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Change is hard for them too.
yeah. I don't know.
Maybe can I know that a long time ago.
Okay, this morning was not better.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the tour was awesome, but then when I got home, it was like.
Change is hard. I'm gonna figure it out too. Hi Tyler.
Oh, for the road.
Do you know what I'm gonna say next?
No.
Huh?
Stop watching the bladder
Yeah,
either.
we love you.
Do your biology, huh?
Yeah.
But what biology?
Did you finish your eye thing?
Yeah.
It's all done?
Yeah.
Where is it?
I think I have it.
Did you give it to me?
Maybe. I don't think so.
Alright, let me see it, and we'll turn it in if it's done, okay? I'll be right back.
Hey, gravity.
Kind of ultraviolet. This is gonna happen, it's all gonna happen because you make it happen.
Just back in night gravity as well.
What class is it?
My backpack falls over on its own.
Huh?
My backpack falls over on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
It looks like it's lounging. I don't like that.
She said she won me yesterday, good for you, there you go. She will not pass you on. That's okay. Okay. You got it. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to my class, but. You know that actually she cares about you? Yeah, she does. No. I work a lot on her, I don't know about her. Not crazy about her.
You sat in my class the whole period and watched her talk to us,
No, it's different from the way I do.
You don't yell at what I do. You don't yell at us.
I'm not the only one, see?
No, I'm going, you, last year, or the rest of the this year, I was working in kids. I think I did a couple of, get the hell out of the class.
You need to push.
Okay, let's take the focus of that, because we're just gonna go, I'm gonna go up there and let you do it, okay? But, okay. Sometimes I think, when I think you don't perceive things right, and I disagree with that. Not saying that you're, not right, maybe.
You're an adult, she's gonna treat you like an adult. She's not treating me like an adult, she's not even treating me like a human being, she doesn't want me to like me. She's treating me
My Spanish teacher gives me the worst songs by text.
We go on there during lunch.
Oh my gosh. Okay, back to it.
Has someone seen her mistreat me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now,
Okay, hey, just
go ahead.
30 more seconds. Alright,
Because you spent a lot of time in that room.
how about,
That's why I don't go in there.
did you get your shoes at Walmart? No. I have shoes just like that, I got them at Walmart now. But what I was gonna say is, how about she does some English work?
Voice over as a finder, desktop, Macintosh.
Yeah, the organization that the work's not here.
The things will flow better.
Yeah, well, if you
What
get
do you
things
say?
worked up here,
You are currently on the
it's gotta
road.
get worked up, it's gotta get turned in. Nothing getting turned in.
A volume.
So says she's got, yeah.
Honestly, I would rather take English on the list of the That's my opinion.
Well, that sounds cool. Sorry, that was my fault. Sorry, Mr.
Well, she gets to work on it, she doesn't, I'll do whatever. Okay.
You know, okay, well, alright. Do you have some English work to do? Can you do it to help? Is it the same afternoon from yesterday?
Nope, not the same, I'll do it.
I like soda flat. It's a lot better.
Hoorah!
Did you find it?
to the light. Okay, let's get back to this. Let's get back. Now,
Yeah.
when you
Okay.
go to war,
I'm old, yes.
you kind of have to give up parts of
I'll
your
try
time.
it.
Because when we're in
Well, I
the
don't
war,
know
we're
it's
trying to
not.
put as much as men and materials as we can overseas.
You have to come look at it and see if it's done.
Okay.
The new iPhone, this was gonna happen now.
But we gotta print out your stuff, right?
There's not gonna be new iPhones.
So you did this.
Your iPhone breaks
You did
down.
this.
Right, have to do it.
I know what.
So, how about 3 and 4?
What?
Explain how light and vision are related.
Can you let me go like that?
Okay, and then you just attach the cover sheet.
Let's see,
So I bet we can get this done. Explain how light and vision are related.
No, we don't have to-
Let me get the bio book, maybe I can find something in there that will help you.
Okay.
It's not like this. No, you're not gonna get any more. That's not gonna be made, but the industry makes stuff for war.
No matter, because when I need a new phone, I'm getting a new phone.
No, they don't have to be better. You just make them good. They didn't make tires. Okay, Smith, you couldn't get tires for your car in two of these wars.
You could get
You
energy
couldn't get
sold.
tires for your car. You had to band together. All right, that's just the way it was. You want to go to work, you gotta get on the bus with everybody else.
Then I'll walk.
Yeah, that's fine, they didn't have a problem with that. And if now you found recording stuff, like, let's say, they arrest your butt. Okay, for work,
I'm a
because,
whore.
well, no, there's some guy from the last scrap metal, they're not coming to get it, okay? They get it, all through up the point. Okay, but what are you talking about? Well, the thing of it is, let me go, let's go through it. War industry war. First of all, you're not gonna be able to get one because of what they're making. Okay, they won't be making that stuff. Okay?
And then you don't use my voice, right?
Well, yeah, listen, boom. Now, winning the war was not a job for American soldiers alone. Secretary of War Newton Baker said, war is no longer Samson with his shield and spear and sword and David with his sling. It is the conflict of smokestacks now, the combat of driving wheel and engine. Because World War I was such an immense conflict, the entire economy had to be focused on the war effort. The shift from producing consumer goods to producing war supplies was too complicated and important a job for private industry to handle on its own. So business and government collaborated in the effort. In the process, the power of government was greatly expanded. Congress gave President Wilson direct control of much of the economy, including the power to fix prices and to regulate, even to nationalize certain war-related industries. Namely, if somebody wanted to go on strike, all of a sudden they find out that whole industry is now owned by the government.
I know what
Okay, now, so the War Industries Board, okay? Oh, what? Stefan's gonna go, okay, go.
I say that you use energy source to put protesters out of business.
Okay, not peace discussion. Protesters out of business. Okay.
Protest.
Macintosh HD. Selected volume.
Okay. Do that. I know I felt that way in the 60s. I felt that way. No, I know. The main regulatory body was the War Industry Board. It was established in
Real Americano
1978.
Selected volume.
Bernard M. Bernard, he is an age going to be popping up in the next 50 years, though.
You are currently on the volume.
Is he that power?
Well,
Okay.
pops up here and there.
Kinda says stuff here, but it's hard to understand. Do you think if we pulled up a video and you watched it, you could explain it? Okay.
It's a hard one to forget.
I don't know.
Okay.
You don't
I
know?
don't even know. I never heard that.
Okay.
Yeah, you have, that's what we got.
I know how light and
I
vision
didn't
are
know.
related.
You do?
Yeah.
How?
Because without light, there's no color, and with there's no color, you can't really
I
see.
had no idea it was coming from when I was here.
Okay. Because it talks here,
The board encouraged companies to use mass
you know, that the
production to increase efficiency.
muscles
It also
in the
urged them to
iris
eliminate waste by
adjust the size of the
standardizing
pupil to regulate the light coming
five
in.
colors of
Yeah.
typewriter ribbons to
Um,
150.
You know, and then the light is focused on the retina. And, And then I guess the rods and the cones turn it into a picture?
However, the board industry board applied price
Because
control
could you say something using these,
as a result, retail prices
these
soared,
words?
and in
Yeah.
1918, the rolling
Okay.
stone.
Awesome, Tyler. You're gonna do better than I could.
Especially in such industries.
All right, are you gonna type it up?
Steel. It was not the only
What's the difference between a rod and a cone?
Okay, so
Rods are super sensitive
basically,
and cones are less sensitive, but they both respond to the colors,
allocated raw materials.
producing vision. So I guess one fine tunes it and one doesn't.
Material, set quotas.
So my advice would be to put it on the paper that you've got this one on. Just keep it all together. So you've done one, this is 2, and then you put 3 on the same paper as number 1.
Okay.
Okay. I like your shirt.
Okay.
All right, are we done?
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
All right, so you get your find this on the Google,
20%.
Okay.
Good.
and then put number 3. And what you told me, how light and vision are related, say that,
Next we'll do the railroad industry.
and then explain it in a little more
This
detail.
allows the time to
So
keep
you'll say that what you told me in a couple of sentences,
all the safety
and then you'll explain the finer details like small muscles attached to the lens, contract or change shape to control the amount of light. These two kind of fine tune it into what we see.
Okay.
Okay.
Also,
Think you can start now?
Yes.
Okay.
Is an
Can I go get some big time?
Not right. Is it an emergency?
Okay. Supplies there.
Well, no. Then wait till he's done.
Is that
A lot of people get really, die on the margin.
I don't have a tissue.
and then
Africa has always been the hard part. 1973 oil crisis, 2 million Africans died.
that's all right. Thank you.
Remember, any kind of disruption of some sort, there are going to be victims. Okay, there's always going to be victims of disruption. There's serious disruption this time.
Quick time player. Movie recording window. Full screen button. Finder. Desktop. Real American student. Selected volume. Chrome. New tab. Window. New tab. Selected tab. 101.
By 20%.
Not in. Switch. Not Google Chrome.
No, this one right here.
Chrome. Untitled. With not in.
That's 20%.
Row 103. Column 101. Row 203. Oh no, addressing, sir. Image. You are currently on a group inside the HTML content. To interact with items in this group, press Control Option Shift down at HTML Google accounts HTML content and redirecting Google Docs HTML content. Recent documents owned by anyone owned by anyone not owned by me. List box no selection. Recent documents owned by anyone owned by anyone owned by me not owned by me.
Because it's irritating the hell out of me, okay?
Mutate.
And it's dumber than crud too.
It's not.
Okay, maybe not to a high schooler, but I'm gonna stop it, okay? You wanna be able to do this stuff. I'm gonna end up giving you, one of those little alpha smarts to do your work if you can't do this.
I don't know what that means.
Well, okay, let's put it this way, it has about it's a word processor and that's about it. And by the way, I've got access to one, okay? So why don't you behave and I'll let you continue using the computer. Real easy, okay? Just don't mess with my class. Okay. Control the railroads. And let's make sure that, that really important cargo gets to where it's going, okay?
Royalty.
When it does. Here's things that don't happen with the railroad. What doesn't happen is that a bunch of military equipment on site for 3 months and we lost it. That's what we had. We don't want to even fix it. Some place off in the city, there's nobody looking at it. Just sitting got lost track of. And we had to have lease.
You are currently on a group.
Recently,
Besides the
they
last
sent
year,
a video of a matter of innocence.
to interact with rivals in this group, with document content and interest.
Because I don't know if FedEx it or what, but it ended up in the
You are currently on a text area inside the HTML content.
We sent Taiwan heat shield, re-entry heat shield.
Documents.
How does time set that back quick? Okay, we got different problems.
Documents.
Especially with their nuclear forces. They've been working on that, start firing everyone. And you have an airplane flying around with nuclear bombs out of the
Top of document.
Gene scanning test protocols. Testing. Confidence. Well, basically, now, this is where you might have tires in your car, but you got gas with it. Now, one and two, they're both basically rational. I mean, basically, you allow so much fuel per vehicle per month, and that's it. That's now, of course, there's a black do not cut fuel out. What is it? Okay, you get so much gas now. Well, I own my General Motors Behemoth, and it gets 3 miles to the gallon. I don't need more gas. That will be the more fuel efficient car than the we've been close to, even afterwards, we've been close to, we've actually had sort of gas rationing at the time. Or it's more like it's a 5-hour line to get to the gas station. Let's see how we do that. Or we can only get gases last name or license plates on gas. Let's see in California. Or even Jerry Brown's audit, so remember who idiot. Okay. People didn't like it, but that's who it was. Okay, the new administration introduced another conservation. Okay, first of all, they monitored coal supplies and rationed gasoline and heating oil. In addition, many people adopted gasless Sundays and lightless nights to conserve fuel. In March 1918, the Fuel Administration introduced another conservation measure, daylight savings time. This is why we have it. Okay, this is the first time we've ever had daylight savings time. This is where it comes in. World War I. Okay, and the first was proposed by Benjamin Franklin in the 1770s as a way to take advantage of the longer days of summer. So Franklin proposed in the 1770s. By 1918 to do it. So a little bit of a lag time. Nothing like 148 years. 140 years. Okay. So, gas rationing. Okay, gas rationing. Daylight savings time, always love that one. Arizona doesn't have it because the federal government tells them to and encourages them, therefore they can't do it. Savings time. let's see, what's the light Sundays? I'm not gonna shut you. Let's see, what was that? Light signs, okay. Everything's safe fuel because, fuel, you know, they're gonna be using fuel to, you know, mostly ships getting across the ocean, deliver stuff. World War II would be fuel for aircraft, fuel for tanks, huge amounts of fuel for ships. I mean, we put, when we get to this war, it's just, it is the fuel war. He who has the fuel wins. He does not lose. At one point, Germany and Japan did not have fuel, so they will lose. National War Labor Board. Okay, this is North Carolina. Dicey. Wages in most industries rose during the war years. Hourly wages for blue-collar workers, those in the metal trade, shipbuilding, and meatpacking, for example, rose by about 20%. The household income, however, was largely undercut by rising food prices and housing costs. By contrast, stockholders in large corporations saw enormous profits. One industrial manufacturer, the DuPont company, saw its stock multiply in value 1,600% between 1914 and 1918. By that time, the company was earning $68 million a year in profit. As a result of the uneven pay between labor and management, increasing work hours, child labor, and dangerously sped up conditions, unions boomed. Union membership climbed from 2.5 million in 1916 to more than 4 million in 1919. More than 6,000 strikes broke out during the war months. We won't be any strikes. People were getting ripped. To deal with disputes between national labor, President Wilson established the National War Labor Board in 1919. Workers who refused to obey board decisions could lose their draft exemptions. Namely, oh, you want to go on strike? Hey, you're now you're no longer known as Mr. Thompson, the metal worker. You're now known as Private Thompson, infantryman. Bye. Okay, you're gone. Okay, so work was fine, the board told them. However, the board also worked to improve factory conditions, pushed for 8-hour workdays, promoted safety inspections, and enforced the child closure ban. Okay, so this one.
Bottom of document. Top of document.
This one's starting to die.
Bottom of document.
That's it.
Top of document. Top of document.
Okay. So, okay, basically,
Top of document. Caps lock on. Top of document. Top of document. Caps lock on.
You need to stop.
Are you?
Yeah, it's been real.
okay, so this isn't a one-way deal that's going to make the workers toe the line or else. This is a two-way deal. No, you can't use children. No, 8-hour workday, man. Run 3 shifts. You don't want people getting hurt and it slows down production when somebody's arm gets torn off and slows down production. No, basically, thank you for 8-hour workers. This is government intrusion in a major scale. Government is intruding itself, and really intruding itself in the economy, but never, ever, ever before.
Docs, window, and the text. Selection deleted.
someplace, it's little leaves.
Wait,
Okay, oh, I got a picture. Oh.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I just,
do we have a break?
I slept 8 and a half hours sleep, so-called, really sketchy. Woke up a zillion times, legs are shaking. I don't know why.
You wanna know, that is so weird, exactly the same way, I keep waking up, it's not a full night's restful sleep, I hear ya.
I think I changed
What?
the season.
What?
I got 4 hours with Mr. Bravo.
Bye-bye.
He's still worried about that, okay.
How's it make you feel?
It could be something out there, analogy.
Yeah, I seriously.
No, I
No,
It's
no,
Because
no.
I know exactly how you're feeling, a little bit fuzzy, a
Yes.
little bit like, not like you're running through a cloud, but just like your feet are solid on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, my blood pressure, okay, it's, like this morning, it was like, 130/65. Well, that's, you know, the bottom number, that's,
That's low.
that's low. For me, it's really low. So,
You made it sound.
and I just.
No, my blood pressure.
I've forgotten about that for years. One of the night, I had one of the nice gauges.
What?
I had one of the nice gauges for that. Okay. Now.
Yes,
Yeah, you have a break till 5:09,
brother,
8:55.
I got work, we just like.
What?
Hello, sir. What are you doing? Oh, you're taking part. Sorry for disturbing you, sir.
Oh, it's fine.
Let's try to keep it.
Oh, good luck on your run. Sorry, Ricky.
Next. It's the one thing you try to do is not touch anything. You know, that's, make sure we're covered. Thank you.
How dare you?
Okay, break until, I'm gonna take, I'm gonna take out more, or I'm gonna be around for a little while. Okay. Break until, 8:55.
You can change
I like.
the screensaver.
Oh, no, I don't like that, but I like this. Thank you very much.
No, I do too.
That's my neighbor's motorcycle.
2 hours, this about kill anybody.
Right, my neighbor bought me back. I'm like, what bike is it? It's a little cream. Like, oh, it's interesting. So I decided to put it to my screen. Yeah. I forget.
What are you?
I'm Polynesian. Oh, well.
So you speak Polynesian.
Pardon? Apart from what Polynesian means, like all pepperoncini, like kind of thing. So that's.
How did you download that game?
Huh?
How did you download that game?
It came with it. Came with my computer.
Holy shit. Can I play after you?
You're Princess. There you are. Never mind.
There you go.
You're nice. Hey, no. If it's like that in school, my friend.
His head is the size of a football.
Oh, I love this part.
You know the password?
Yup. 208 RA. Oh, Spotify.
Hey, Mr. Barlow, are you
Oh,
still here?
fuck.
Yeah.
I wanna know, if you take calcium and omega.
You want some music?
Yeah.
Make sure you have stuff.
You should go to this song.
Yeah, you know what the doctor said, because I lived with him with my knees, and he told me to make sure my calcium, I take calcium and omega 3, I'm supposed to have in the bones. And I'm telling you, it works. I've been on it for about a week, and it's working, it's funny.
Maybe always do that.
I'm not 21, and I'm not gonna run an
What the Oh,
You just,
I didn't see what I did. I had to open another tab.
oh shit.
Oh, shit. I did it again.
I think you just go back. I didn't just feel like. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, can we help you? No, okay.
Who you looking for? Oh, of course. Good day.
Check this out. Keep listening.
Listen.
Oh shit. You allowed to be on?
Oh, good. What? You got there?
Oh, no, it's.
I was warming up that time.
That's what your ass get for being on.
Nah, I've been on Facebook.
Hold up. You got hurt as a friend?
I got two.
Ain't it? Oh yeah, you did. I do too. She already say shit.
She hasn't been on Facebook for long.
Yeah, there you go.
What's a new song? Let's see. Yeah. Song.
What's in a blue? I know this one. Yeah. High in
Check this out.
No.
There's that one song I want you to hear.
Really don't know yet.
You just framed the question, huh?
Oh, you know, fuck you around up there. Oh, fuck you up.
She alright. You want to see something that's gonna go on your mind? No, you don't.
They only fix it.
No, you see his breath.
Asking.
And that,
Who the fuck? You know, how old do you think she is?
10 years old.
And she's already trying to add me on Facebook.
She looks familiar. Hold up. Go to her page. I swear. Oh my God. You from Worcester?
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I seen that picture already.
Oh my god, that's Lisa.
No shit.
I don't have it.
Oh, that's my God.
You a real dad?
No, that's not it.
Well, so, you know what?
His name is Pablo.
Pablo.
He's really good.
I heard that song.
Ah,
What song? The song we listening to?
I don't even know it, but I heard it.
I like it. I just like the
that's his mother. That's his mother.
go to get that there.
And he.
Oh, you play that game?
Yeah.
What? What kind of paper is this? I don't know. Wishful.
He doesn't know that too.
I have a YouTuber who plays that game.
I know many of them.
Tomato Gaming.
Hi,
And
I
you're
wanted
eating.
to check on you.
Shit. I thought it's break
That's
time.
right.
It is break.
Yeah, it's break
Is that
time.
you?
I didn't say anything.
Speaking that dirty stuff?
Oh.
Nasty language?
I didn't say
Jeremiah,
anything.
Jeremiah.
Say it wasn't you. Say it wasn't you.
anything.
It's all like say it wasn't you.
Jeremiah, I know
God,
you would never
crushed
do
that
anything
car.
like that. I know it. Anna's back here going, whatever, Miss Davidson, whatever.
You
There's
know-
so much you don't know.
Okay, you're going way too fast.
I am going way too fast. I can't see you. You did a full-on barrel roll there.
I have that same game.
I hate this man.
You're just scoring it, bro. I don't know why you hate it so much. Seems so easy.
The roads are too
What is that for food?
Oh.
Did you get it off? Did you ask her? Nope, they took it off her. Well, she's on crutches.
Do you still have Minecraft on there?
Yeah, Lisa.
Minecraft? No, I have to buy
You just
that.
gotta get it. Oh.
Go on my Facebook.
Hi.
Hello.
You probably know those people now.
Zach is Zach.
Facebook, why?
That's my friend. He's
Never heard that song.
Quick, go back over here.
Look at Lisa. Yeah, no, in front of you.
First
Yeah,
place.
Facebook.
Yeah, no,
She
yeah.
sent me a picture.
I will always get
Of
the
her
first
sister's
place.
phone.
Wanna try?
I'm good. I'm not road racing. I was first. I like a shoe. Yeah,
I thought she was-
That's your dog?
Yeah, I play Call of Duty, Halo.
Halo.
Samantha.
Yep.
Do you have the Master Chief collection?
I do actually I have the whole collection of Spartans, the
No, you don't
Covenant, and also
And
the
really
Forerunners.
shitty
That's my, that's my.
Covenant is the alien looking like creature.
I have more than you.
What do you mean? You mean
160?
Oh, you mean those things that represent you? Those pictures that represent you?
How many do I have?
Do you have the flood?
Oh yeah, I got
I don't know.
I got
I think they.
I unlocked the Great Mind.
She might delete
The
it.
Prophet of Truth. I unlocked Toggers, Yarder. I even unlocked Locke. I don't even like Locke that much.
Locke is a very stubborn soldier.
Yeah, I don't like him.
He's very stubborn.
Does he not know how much the Master Chief has done for humanity?
No, because all he does is try to get his mission done. He yells a lot. He's a very grumpy man.
Yeah. Buck doesn't even know the Massachusetts.
Buck, he's a
I know
recruiter.
you like my shoes, don't you?
He was just a recruiter for law. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you doing? Well, my uncle's a dentist.
So why wear stuff? No.
No,
I'm behind you for one.
Farland text me. Text me.
The picture looks nice. Oh, is he nice?
Why you in business?
Why are you eating sausages?
I didn't eat sauces. Why did you
Why'd
not
you eat
Twinkie like
sausage?
we eat
But
Twinkie?
you're
Why
sour
do
all of
you
a
eat
sudden.
Twinkie? Why do you
Oh.
eat Twinkie?
Why-
Why do you eat
because I
that
can't.
Twinkie?
Why
Because
can't?
you
Why'd you eat him?
I didn't eat him.
You
You
did?
ate Dominique. Now shut
You
up.
ate him?
Who's freaking?
Who's
His
him?
ex.
My friend.
His ex.
Your mom?
His ex.
Your mom?
Who's
His
Dominique?
ex. His ex.
That's Skylar. I don't talk to him.
Who's Dominique?
My friend Junior's sister.
Did you date her?
That's how
For a while.
Laying the car, same thing.
You actually dated someone?
I'm terrified of
Yeah.
letting him go, but at the
What's
same
that supposed to
time,
mean?
not letting him go.
Surprising, because she thinks she never get a girlfriend.
It's
Oh, really? That is just messed up.
That's not what I'm thinking.
Okay, what are you thinking?
What I just said.
Say it. Go on, say it.
I'm just saying,
Don't,
it was surprising when you said that.
I have a place to
Well-
You're not-
in Anchor Point. That's not it.
Oh.
That's the type of boy that get a girlfriend.
You're not.
Miss Davison.
I know who said it.
Go get his
I'm
medicine.
not bleeding money.
Miss
If
Davison?
there's work on it, so my son can learn to
Miss Davis?
build things, put up makeup.
She's talking about her.
Put
I
up
don't
a
play.
addition to the house.
You can.
He's still learning a lot. But I'm
Is
gonna-
it like?
Well, I tried.
Miss Davison.
Now back to you. What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I can't get one?
It'll be okay.
That's what she, I decided for her.
What did
Bad.
you need, young man?
Come in. Come in.
He want me to get you for him.
No.
I want to show you something.
It's gonna be.
Is it men?
Is it inappropriate?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
The girls say
It's a picture of her.
It's a picture of
She just called you a girl.
I didn't call you a girl.
You don't have to.
I called you two girls.
No, you don't
It's a
have
picture of
to.
her.
Just put
It's a
it
picture
On
of you.
steroids.
Come on back.
I can't see that one.
Nah.
That was payback. Hug. Hug. Give me my hug. How dare you? How dare you?
Is that your dad? I can kind of see the resemblance in your lower face. Where is he?
He's at some kind of place.
I thought it was a bug that you could squash.
That's pretty. I want to know where it is though.
Hey, John?
Wait a second.
Yeah, come on. We're a little bit on the late side here.
Wait a second.
And Jeremiah.
Yeah, I got
Where's
you.
your dad live?
Jerusalem.
Huh?
Jerusalem.
Well, I'm gonna be starting this lesson.
Okay, school. Num Tai Ja Lodge. I'm gonna look that up. Num Tai Ja Lodge.
Good.
Num Tai Ja Lodge.
Let's see how this one does. Ready?
Ja Lodge.
Very cool. I gotta turn this up.
Got it.
Holy cow.
That's a cool racing game.
Hey, watch Batman. Oh shit.
You broke your screen.
I broke my car.
It looks like he's in Canada. Yeah, he's in Banff National.
You look like this.
Hey,
You said it is good. You said
quit.
August 1914. The leading nations of Europe prepared to go to war. The war is over. More than 8 million men will be dead. Kings and emperors will fall. Countries will disappear from the map. The world will be forever changed. In America, President Woodrow Wilson urges the nation to be neutral in fact as well as name, impartial in thought as well as action. Why is the president so afraid America will be drawn into Europe's war? What is the great danger to our people if we fight?
I'm already dead. I just got eliminated.
In 1914, America has serious problems. Massive problems with an industrial machine that is growing too big and too fast for proper laws to regulate working conditions and to protect the working man. Woodrow Wilson has been elected president on a reform ticket. He says, no one can mistake the purpose for which the country now seeks
And
to
you're not playing a game, are you?
It seeks a change.
Go ahead and finish what you started,
I
sir.
did.
It's all finished?
Yeah, I finished
He
before
wants
break.
nothing to interfere with his
So, are you gonna explain
He said
the words in the book?
it would be in my
I think you get full points if you do that.
Isn't that what I did on the first page?
But across the Atlantic, in Europe, in a country few Americans can locate on a map, a survey of
Okay.
citizens will fix the life.
Alright, so how do you usually print this out?
Email it to someone I can print.
Email it to me. Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what my email, or do you have Mr. Barlow's email address?
Well, it's a district account, so they're all like in there.
Okay, yeah. I'm L. Davidson.
Okay.
Germany takes the side of Austria. France and England prepare for war. In America, President Wilson offers to mediate the dispute. America stands ready to help the rest of the world, but no one listens. His words are drowned out by the guns of August. Europe has been preparing for this war for a long time. Now the mighty German war machine, most powerful army the world has ever seen, moves against France. And because France is heavily fortified on the eastern border she shares with Germany, the German army circles to the west, smashing and invading through neutral Belgium. The Kaiser, wild loose. Belgian neutrality has to be violated on strategic ground. The German Chancellor sneers that the treaty with Belgium is a scrap of paper. Germany's action stuns the world. Americans are outraged, but President Wilson urges the nation to be calm. The war is far away. American lives and property are not at stake. Wilson reasons My fellow countrymen, the people of the United States are drawn from many nations, and chiefly from the nations now at war. Some wish one nation, others another, to succeed in this momentous struggle. The United States must be neutral, in fact as well as name. Most Americans agree. This is Europe's war, and from the time of George Washington, we have been warned to stay out of Europe's conflicts. Let's stay out of it. Wilson continues with his domestic program. Americans are aroused by newspaper stories and pictures of German atrocities in Belgium. And as the German army rolls onward, crushing everything in its path, some Americans become afraid. If France is defeated, if England surrenders, if Germany rules the continent, how long will America itself be safe? Should America act to save civilization from collapsing? Now, at Mons River, a miracle takes place. With the help of reinforcements rushed from Paris by a taxicab, the combined French and British army slows and stops the German advance. And while Germany has been putting on land, the British rule the seas. The British Navy begins to enforce a blockade that will strangle German trade. It will not be a short war. Already it has affected the American economy. Huge war orders set American factories working overtime. More and more workers are needed. Higher wages result. Europe's war is making America prosperous. But is America truly neutral? Germany seized the vast resources of the American industrial machine. The food, the munitions, the loans, are keeping Germany's enemies fighting in the field. American goods shipped abroad can reach France and England, but not Germany and the Central Powers. Trade with the Allies doubles and quadruples. Trade with Germany dwindles to almost nothing. Germany must break the blockade. She has only one weapon, the submarine. Striking without warning, German submarines begin to sink Allied ships. Wilson warns Germany. If an American is killed, or an American ship sunk, the United States will hold the German government accountable and will take any steps necessary. May 1st, 1915. The luxurious British liner Lusitania sails from New York. Aboard are hundreds of Americans. They ignore a notice published next to the announcement of the ship's sailing. A warning inserted by the German government.
Travelers sailing in the war zone do so at their own risk.
May 7, 1915, the Lusitania is sunk. 128 Americans are lost. Now there is a sense of crisis in Washington. The president wants to hold Germany accountable, but the Secretary of State, William Jennings Bryan, says this will lead to war. After 3 days of almost complete isolation, on May 10th, Wilson says,
There is such a thing as a man being too proud to fight. There is such a thing as a nation being so right that it does not need to convince others by force that it is right.
To many Americans, this is a sign of cowardice. Theodore Roosevelt, the man whom Wilson has defeated for the presidency, says,
We are passing through a thick stream of yellow in our national life.
while Roosevelt is denouncing Wilson's milk and water policies, the president is preparing
That's
such
a
a
big deal
travel
around.
to Germany. That is peace
That's a
building
big deal
Secretary
around.
of State William Jennings Bryan resigns.
If Germany rejects the note. America is at war.
But the German Kaiser backs down and agreed to suspend unrestricted submarine warfare. Woodrow Wilson has won a major diplomatic victory. 1916. War is settled down into a bloody stalemate. Armies begin a trench warfare, separated by only a few yards of no man's land. The guns never cease. Men go out of their minds.
It was the noise, the never-ending noise.
Becomes the bloodiest battle of all history. Almost a million casualties. Fighting back and forth on the Somme, England and Germany lose another million men. Between the mounting casualty list, Woodrow Wilson is horrified by the brutality of modern war.
Once lead the American people into this war, and they will forget there ever was such a thing as tolerance. To fight, you must be brutal, and the spirit of ruthless brutality will enter into the very fiber of our national life.
The only sure way America can stay out of this war is to find some way to end it. Wilson sends his aide, Colonel House, on peace missions to Europe. He pleads for a peace without victory. But both sides have lost too many men. Both sides are bitter. Victory is what each demands. Meanwhile, in America, a presidential election is drawing near. Wilson says,
If my re-election as president depends upon my getting into war,
They could have just let me off and then just.
the Democratic Party campaigns on the slogan, "He kept us out of war." They emphasize that Wilson is the peace candidate. They say that Charles M. Hughes, loudly backed by Theodore Roosevelt, is the war candidate. But secretly, Woodrow Wilson has serious doubts. The Russian has taken control of his hands.
any insignificant German lieutenant committing an atrocity can plunge this nation in war.
American opinion is divided. Men like Theodore Roosevelt, members of the Army League and the Navy League are for America to get into the war immediately. Real pacifists march with signs. Real patriots keep cool. Millions of German Americans have sentimental ties to the motherland. Contribute to the German cause. November 1916. The presidential election is so close. Woodrow Wilson goes to bed thinking he has been defeated. He awakens to find he's been re-elected by a narrow margin. Most Americans want peace, but a substantial number are against Wilson's policies. What shall we tell the people?
I know you are depending upon me to keep this nation out of war. So far, I have done so. But you have laid another duty on me. You have bidden me to see to it that nothing stains the honor of the United States. And that is a matter not within my control. That depends on what others do.
In Washington, the president has once again called for peace. But in Berlin, a decision has already been made. Germany is being strangled by this blockade. Her people are going hungry. If the war goes on much longer, Germany will lose. It no longer matters whether America comes into the war. The German High Command believes America cannot arm in time to make any difference. February 1st, 1917, Germany announces all-out, unrestricted submarine warfare. And while more and more American ships are being sunk, while Woodrow Wilson still holds back from war, and only arms American merchant ships to defend themselves. There comes another thunderbolt. The British Secret Service has intercepted a telegram. The German Foreign Secretary Zimmermann has sent to Mexico.
We offer Mexico an alliance. Make war together, make peace together.
Per aid, Mexico is to receive in return Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona. Theodore Roosevelt says,
"There is no question of declaring war on Germany. Germany has declared war on us."
Wilson tells a reporter,
For nights I have been lying awake, going over the whole situation. I have tried every way I know to avoid war. What else can I do? Is there anything else I can do?
but being the kind of man he is, a man of high ideals and missionary purpose, Woodrow Wilson cannot simply go to war out of revenge. If America is to pay the high cost in the blood of its young men, the war must have a new and inspiring purpose. On April 2nd, 1917, the President goes before Congress and says,
It is a fearful thing to lead this great people into war, but the right is more precious than peace.
It is to be a war to end war, a war to make the world safe for democracy. It is to be a crusade to a world founded on decency, honor, and law. All things German become suspect. Sauerkraut is renamed Liberty Cabbage. Some high schools stop teaching German. The president has promised force.
Force to the uttermost, force without stint or limit.
Under the leadership of Bernard M. Baruch, the War Industries Board supervises American industry and production. Herbert Hoover is appointed food administrator. William Gibbs McAdoo becomes Director General of the nation's railroads. Felix Frankfurter heads up the War Labor Board to mediate labor disputes. Under Edward M. Gertie, the United States Shipping Board acquires large fleets to transport and supply the American Expeditionary Forces. Domestic reforms, new labor laws are no longer important. Men, women, and children work overtime to turn out munitions. The nation's war effort will cost $33 billion, of which 2/3 are raised through the sale of Liberty bonds, and 1/3 raised through increased income and corporate taxes. Through volunteers and draft, the armed forces expand from 200,000 men to 4,800,000 by the end of the war.
No, I was gonna write it on there.
The nation sings a new hit song.
Over there, stand the world over there. That the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming, the drums sounding everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, stand the world.
Ironically, for a war to save the world for democracy, the Americans will send a Jim Crow army overseas. At first, the nation is so unprepared to make war, the soldiers have to train with wooden guns. And while Americans train with wooden guns, on the battlefields, the Allied armies are leaving. On the high seas, German submarines are sinking ships that weigh almost 1 million tons a month. Can America send an army overseas in time to turn the tide? June 13, 1917. General Pershing lands in France at the head of the 1st American Division. The sight of the fresh American troops, the realization that the Yanks are coming by the tens of thousands, stiffens Allied morale. Realizing the threat from America, Germany goes all out. In a series of hammer blows, the Russian army is routed on the eastern front. Russia collapses. and students
Do you want to see books?
Yes, please.
Do you want me to save everything together?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Put that in the back.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Now the Americans go into action.
Yeah, I want to show you that little piece right.
Do you want me to turn it in for you?
Sure.
Okay, now, this is a French.
Here, write your name all over the
75.
place, okay? He's kind of weird about having your name everywhere.
Watch him do this one.
I can't just have it on the front page?
Well, the last couple of times I turned in everything, he looks on every page for your name.
Fast forward.
Simultaneously in America, Woodrow Wilson fights a war with words. January 1918, Wilson announces 14 points.
You want to explain that in the next
The
section?
14th point calls for a League of Nations to be formed to preserve world peace. Shrewdly, he drives a wedge between the Kaiser and the German people.
America has no conflict with the German people.
German emotions are frenzied and is stopped by the Allied armies with the help of French and American troops. Now, for the first time, the Americans go on the offensive. German lieutenant writes,
The Americans have annihilated two of our enemies. They fight like geckos.
4 out now, from 4 long years of war. Realizing it can no longer win, the German will to fight collapses. Rebellion breaks out in German cities. The Kaiser flees for safety to Holland. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, in November 1918, for the first time in 4 years, a stillness falls on the battlefield. Armistice. Men go mad with joy. They are alive. They have survived. But more than 8 million have not. American losses total 48,000.
167,000 died of disease.
While the nation returns to peace, Woodrow Wilson realizes his battle is only beginning. For the first time in history, an American president goes to Europe during his term in office. Woodrow Wilson sails to fight for his 14 points. The president is confident he can handle the Europeans. But men like Clemenceau of France and Lloyd George of England burn with a hatred of the Germans. Soon Clemenceau and Wilson are no longer on speaking terms.
Talk to Wilson. How can I talk to a fellow who sees himself the first man for 2,000 years, who knows anything about peace on earth? Wilson imagines he is the second Messiah.
Out of the wreckage of the old Europe, the men who make the Treaty of Versailles create a new map. New nations are born. Decisions and national boundaries are made so hurriedly, mistakes are bound to be made. Wilson is discouraged, but he has.
I haven't woken up yet.
His 14th point.
Japan, really? Well, that's where all these people are playing from, so I thought maybe they'd be on my side.
But the president has been away 6 months.
Wait, most people are playing
He
from
has lost
Japan.
contact.
Well, like with Oceania.
of the country.
I have to. I can't play on North America server. It won't let me.
And not
Sounds
invite
like
a
the
single
DC
Republican to
Yeah.
help make the important decisions.
Well, you go in it. Last time it made me pop. No, this one. Well, if you're smaller than it, you can go in it.
But if you're bigger,
Yeah,
endless debate. The president takes his case
it's
directly
actually a good hiding place.
He travels
The red
thousands
ones,
of
though,
miles,
they eat you.
makes speech.
There was another guy that said
He's
he was
city
from
after
Japan.
city, telling what the
The
league
red ones eat
needs
you and
to
turn you
work.
into food.
No, I meant another one like yours that said Japan.
And discouraged.
Yeah, I'm just talking about this red virus. They eat you and
He
turn you into food.
refuses to give up his great crusade. On September 26th,
They're kind of like traps
he suffers a paralytic stroke.
because they have food around them, and then
Back in the White House,
accidentally go inside of it
tries
and
to
eat
protect
you.
her sick husband. She refuses admission to visitors. She makes important decisions. Men
You little fly,
A woman is
you're
ready.
not even worth this.
The sick man is stubborn. He feels that if America refuses to join the league,
What? There's two of them.
the whole war will be fought for nothing.
It was.
Opponents of the league bring witness after witness against the peace treaty. Men remember and quote George Washington's advice to stay
It has
out
the same
of
size as
war.
me.
The League of Nations is defeated. In 1920, the country elects a president who promises a return to normalcy. Only with the passage of time.
Oh, USA's like, oh shit, Japan's huge.
People
Oh, USA.
had we helped win the First World War? Only to throw away the peace.
He's the same size as me. He ain't me.
Yeah, you're basically eating most of the food.
Okay, it's gonna grab a pop. Okay, what? Okay, let me get back to it. So.
Oh, run into Japan, bro.
Get that one, number one. We got Green Man.
Can you go into the spiking now or not?
I'm too big. That'll make me into several pieces.
Oh, crap, never mind. Oh, AR.
Now, folks, we're gonna get down to another 7.
Eat that chicken.
This one.
Look at him, he's like, I'm gonna eat all this food. You wanna be able to eat me?
Administration. Okay, number 5, food administration. I need these here, right now, I need these. No, I need them right now.
He's been surrounding that again, he gets him something.
I need these.
Such a shame.
I can use black, I use several colors so that it helps them with visibility.
I'm pretty sure black is the only color that is really visible.
I use this one,
They're like all ganging up on you, Japan.
They're teaming.
this one, the hot pink. And
Shit, Japan. Come on, Japan. Oh, damn, Japan.
They just couldn't let Pearl Harbor
Now,
go.
so number.
I know, right?
Okay,
Bet you they're all Americans right there. He's all American, that's proof of it.
Now,
Yeah.
Stella, you're gonna,
It's
you're
like,
gonna eat well.
There's only 3,000.
You're not supposed to buy, you're gonna have your way, no, 30, 40, Why? Okay, to help produce and conserve food, Wilson set up the Food Administration under Herbert Hoover. John, wake the heck up! I will throw something on you. It's, I do, yeah, bring it out. Okay, instead of rationing food, he called on people to follow the gospel in flight. He declared 1 day a week meatless, another sweetless, 2 days wheatless.
You can only eat 1 day a week.
No, pay attention. Let me do this again.
I'm not sure you're stuck in.
He declared 1 day a week meatless.
Now I'm on a China server. And
Another day
I'm like China.
sweetless. No sugar.
Oh god, oh god.
No. The thing with this is, these are not really important. Two of the important people. Yeah. They just ration it. You only get a certain amount.
It's best to just stay away from these people. They're just horrible.
No, it's not. Now, 2 days wheatless.
oh my gosh, look at this. Select the
2
server.
days
China
porkless.
or world?
Okay, I thought you was important, but no.
What the hell? It brings a China made this.
Sugar bowls to the table and serve bread only after.
Speaking of China.
No bread.
You just gotta eat it.
I feel like the server's China, and I'm China.
Okay, basically, Encourage
All these people are playing in somewhere in Asia, I'm guessing.
At least you know one thing. Those guys did not want you to attack Pearl Harbor again. So let's see what China did wrong. Hey, what did they do wrong?
Okay, this isn't a big thing
Well,
at this time.
They sell like stuff that they grow and they don't really like buy anything, so they just hoard up the economy.
Almost 18 million people in uniform too. Okay?
At least they used to. I don't know if they do anymore.
Yeah, but I don't think China was even that bad as Japan. Japan freaking.
Yeah, when we're done with World War II,
They're the one that started World War II. We ended World War II.
Actually, I think Germany started World War II.
Really?
Yeah.
But didn't China and Germany gang up?
Even then, it's almost a
I think maybe, I don't know.
million Germans would die.
Click on world.
LA,
You don't click on no China.
after the war. There's some people who have food and they get sick and grow up. Okay. Encourage people not to waste food. It's not a real big thing. Now, the Committee on Public Information, you'll love this one. Okay. The Committee for Public Information, which you're allowed to learn, which you're allowed not. Okay. To popularize the war, the government set up the nation's first propaganda agency. Committee on Public Education. Propaganda is kind of biased communication designed to influence people's thoughts and actions. The head of the bureau was, the committee was a former muckraking journalist named George Creel. Just what you want. Okay. Creel persuaded the nation's artists and advertising agencies to create thousands of paintings, posters, cartoons, and sculptures promoting the war.
Oh god, big people, big
Recruited
people.
some 5,000 men served as 4 Minutemen, who spoke about everything related to the war: draft, rationing, bond drives, victory gardens, and topics such as why we are fighting and the meaning of America. Nor did he neglect the written word. He ordered the printing of almost 25 million copies of How the War Came to America, which included Wilson's war message in English and other languages. He distributed some 75 million pamphlets, booklets, and leaflets, many with the enthusiastic help of the Boy Scouts. Creel's propaganda campaign was highly effective. However, while the campaign promoted patriotism, it also inflamed hatred and violations of the civil liberties of certain ethnic groups and opponents of the war. So, okay, so number 6. Okay. Oh, you can make it clear. It's almost the same. Why? Okay. Okay. The propaganda agency. Okay. Now I use the word task. Now, task means that's their job. You're tasked to do it. Like you are tasked to write this stuff down. Tasked with persuading Americans to, this one's the other, this one's better go, this is the last one for this one. Support war.
Just let it flare.
The last time it's going to be used as this document. Okay, let's see. Jeremiah, head down.
Excuse me?
Not Jeremiah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Stefan, head down. You didn't have one over here. Yeah, Eli, head down. See, I keep falling short because I'm afraid to hit the starting ceiling. I hate that. Well, actually, I just don't have the arm for it anymore. Yeah, I will try one more time. Yeah. Then I'll throw it again in the more acceptable fashion. See, every time I do it, I know I can feel it when I let loose. It's not going to be. Well,
Don't say it, bro, it'll actually come true.
so it's just going to be harder. I got to aim hard. I'm going to aim for the light switch. See, I still can't do it. So, okay, I've lost my touch. I used to be able to get it 9 times out of 10. I can't even get it 1 time out of 10 anymore. So it's down. Yeah. Okay.
I did abbreviation for American.
Yeah. AM, whatever, AMS, I don't care, your deal. Okay. So it's a propaganda agency.
I didn't write it. Oh.
Now, Americans general, we don't trust propaganda agencies. Okay, she won't be here today, she'll be here Sarah, she'll be here tomorrow.
Okay, she wasn't here yesterday.
Okay, then let me see right there, Oh, I do. Yeah, okay, let me see. Okay, meeting popped up, and it seems like time for me to see today, like tomorrow or. Oh, yeah,
Okay.
no. Oh, well, yeah, go over, form and stuff like that. She's not about ready for all that. She'll be like, probably about 9:42 or 4, tomorrow. 9:42.
There's a glare I can't see.
I don't know. Okay, no, yeah, I don't. Okay, sorry.
All right, I can email her.
Uh,
I
so
can
I-
email her. I have a card.
Well, if you want to do that,
Oh, yeah.
that's between, that's two. Okay, you bet. Okay, number 7. Yeah. Okay. So propaganda. Okay, I always wanted to say propaganda was propaganda. You know, it's like either German or Russian accent. It's propaganda like it. Okay.
I don't know. I felt clear.
Okay. Now here's the nasty one.
Maybe
Seven,
hands were
Espionage and Sedition Act. Oh, sedition. Okay, where's my red? Where's my red? Here's that.
3D Wii.
Sedition.
Yeah, it was.
Sedition.
It's alright.
Sedition is.
No, it's alright.
Sedition is one of those fun things that every American has the right to do. That's what makes it special. We're Americans. We're seditious all the time. Okay? Okay, so here we go. This is on page 391, attacks on civil liberties of Greece. Oh yeah, we're going to attack civil liberties, let me tell you. Okay, so here we go. Okay. The president's predictions came true. As soon as war is declared, conformity became the order of the day. Attacks on civil liberties, both unofficial and official, were right. Just a minute, I'm missing something. Missing something? Okay. So. Oh, actually, that was on page 392. The Espionage System. In June 1917, Congress passed the Espionage Act, and in May 1918 passed the Sedition Act. Under the Espionage and Sedition Act, a person can be fined for $10,000, which is like saying $400,000 now, and sentenced to 20 years in jail for interfering with the war effort. Okay, well that's interfering with the war effort. Yeah, I can see that. John, sit. Okay. Okay, I can deal with that. Or for saying anything disloyal, profane, or abusive about the government or the war effort. Oh, you mean I can't even? I complained 20 years ago. Ooh. I whine is yeah, even I don't like. You can't make me do without sugar. Whoa, 20 years. Man, that's a heck of a penalty for whining. Oh my God.
Does that make it like 1 minute?
Well, they made it 20 years.
Does that make it like a minute?
Okay, yeah. So let's move on. Mike,
Listen, all the follow is working and he got sentenced for 20 years. And I'm already a millionaire. I can actually have money to go.
there's no bail for sentence. Okay, so.
Well, I actually
Okay, like the Alien and Sedition Acts of 1798, these laws clearly, listen up, clearly violated the spirit of the First Amendment. The passage led over to 2,000 prosecutions for loosely defined anti-war activities. Of these, over half resulted in convictions. Newspapers and magazines that opposed the war or criticized any of the Allies lost their mailing privileges. The House of Representatives refused to seat Victor Berger, a socialist congressman from Wisconsin, because of his anti-war views. Columbia University fired a distinguished psychologist because he had opposed the war. A colleague who supported the war thereupon resigned in protest, saying, if we have to suppress everything we don't like to hear, this country is resting on a pretty wobbly basis. Okay? The Espionage and Sedition Act targeted socialists and labor leaders. Eugene V. Debs was handed a 10-year prison, remember he ran for president just before that, a 10-year prison sentence for speaking out against the war and the draft. The anarchist Emma Goldman, received a 2-year prison sentence and $10,000 fine for organizing the No Conscription League. When she left jail, the authorities deported her to Russia. She got her butt deported. In fact, yeah. No. Okay. Actually, we get to see her again because she went to Russia. She got involved with some stuff there. And some of the people that you should see her bye-bye into the gulag system. Okay. Now, Big Bill Haywood and other leaders of the industrial workers of the world were accused of sabotaging the war effort because they urged workers to strike for better conditions and higher pay. Let's see, Jalen, what's going into it? Not that stuff. Haywood was sentenced to a long prison term. He later skipped bail and fled to Russia. Under federal pressure, the IWW gave away. Let me go. I want to give you what happened this week. Let's see. So, Big Bill Haywood. I was something. I see the need. No. Okay, Big Bill Haywood and Wiki. Okay, so this gives you a quick and dirty answer. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Okay. Okay, finding workers. Let's see what happens to them. Early life, Western Foundation, Burger Trial. Never mind. Okay. Our textile strike. Party movement. Life in Soviet Russia. Yeah. Okay. Died in a Moscow hospital from stroke brought on by alcoholism and diabetes. Okay. Half of his ashes were buried in the Kremlin Wall. An urn contained the other half of his ashes was sent to Chicago and buried near the Hague. Emma Goldman. There's so many gals that were involved in communism and stuff like that at the time. Okay, let's go for this one. This one, Emma Goldman. And let's see, she crooks off. Oh, she lasted, okay, late 1940s. Okay. So she just doesn't disappear. She stays in Russia. Okay. Civil War, death of, she died of stroke. Okay. Okay. So she croaked up. She did survive. Okay.
What are you doing over there?
Okay. Everybody go away. Okay.
You know, it smells like a donut in here.
So Alien Sedition Act. No.
Yep.
No. Okay. Yes, you did.
Miss Davidson, can you come here? If that's all right.
Okay, so awesome, you're gonna get some points for that work. Alright, and I know class is over, but this is a suggested material for future times. Okay, so we'll do that.
I just wanted to let you know I'm in good mood today. I got some work done last night for English again.
How you feel about that?
Really good. I'm
Heck
turning
yeah.
in 6th period today. It's a block day.
It's a block
6th period today. Okay, yeah.
Okay,
And I'm feeling in a good mood, so.
nice work. Alright, proud of you.
Yeah, I made some goals with my dad. Just my own goals. Like not even didn't even have to do that for school. Just like self-improvement goals and like positive things that can help me for the future. And I did like a goal for in a month. Well, no, but I did a for the weekend a month. 3 months,
So
5
remember,
months, and then a year.
You know, Congress is
And then my dad said 5
companion
years.
animals
Oh
not
wow.
on the planet.
Or 4 years, 4 years. And then
The only thing
so I
that
made
won't
those
happen
goals
is the
and I
American
did, and I made them pretty
Oh, the
specific.
American
Or not too specific because
Can
for the
eat.
last few ones, but you
Why
know.
is this
So
so
hopefully
hard
I
to
achieved my
follow?
weekend goal because that was last weekend.
Wait.
And you know, with your dad a little bit.
Yeah.
Americans get really nasty.
He seems like a
Yeah,
goal-oriented
don't
person.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, the
Yeah.
answer is not just yes, it's yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Boing.
Okay. Huh? Okay. So, basically, this is clearly unconstitutional. But we pass it and people go to jail on that. Now, the Constitution backs them. You can say what you want. Not this time, we're at war. Oh, the kind of Constitution kind of goes into the trash bin when we go to war. Yeah, it does. Ask the Japanese Senate when we hit World War II, when we got to go off the relocation. Rebuild the property. That'll happen. Yes, when we go to war, we can't. That's like any other human society, we go to war. Okay. Now, when this war on terrorism, anything happens, we get kind of cuckoo. That's always what happens. We go cuckoo when everybody does it. There's no nations. Okay. Except Swedes. I don't know what it is about the Swedes. They just Swedes and Norwegians. Okay, horrible thing happened. Well, they just don't have.
They were calm.
The Brits try to say, keep calm and carry on. The Brits don't attack much.
Stick up for that.
And sometimes they should attack. So we're going to try a little bag might help. Okay.
Gosh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And people being intended to test my property in the street. I think it was allowing people to advocate that kind of stuff. We don't, with that kind of here, advocate by it's not a First Amendment deal.
Right.
Okay. Okay, not I done.
Yes.
You're
Pinky
done.
Done.
Yeah. I'm done.
Congratulations on your court.
I'm done.
Oh, thank you.
I'm done. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum. Okay, now I get to write it. John was a butt today. But no, I'm not going to write a petition. John was a butt today. Okay, block week. Let's see. And we are, two, 15. Whoa! Okay, there.
You know what to do.
Yeah, I know. I know what to do. I've been well trained.
I tried it.
Good, I can't wait. I wish it would all be on one sheet.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I do. No, actually, what needs to happen, sir, is that she needs to ask me to drop the contract. I'm the expert at that. But, never mind. This is where where I left it yesterday. Miss Davidson, can you?
Yeah.
What's that? Okay.
boss is always going to.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, you got internet?
No, that was my sister's.
You should get
Don't you
it.
think?
I don't really want to use social media. But thanks.
She usually does labs.
I don't know. I used to have one, but my boyfriend, when he broke up with me, like, I was just like, I don't want to deal with looking at his stuff and all that. So yeah.
Oh, John.
But yeah, I'm not really in the mood right now. I mean, like, I'm in a good mood, but I don't know about talking right now.
Did I forget this? Yeah. I was able to change it back on Google. I couldn't find anything else.
That's cool. Okay.
So you've been,
What?
you've been doing okay?
Yeah, I've been doing alright. Thanks, though. Yeah. How about you? Yeah, I feel it.
Her name is actually Gretchen.
So start again.
Yep.
Oh, it is. That's a good one. That's a good one. What's that movie?
Next time. This is the Reamericano, so we're all to Reamericano. We're gonna get this. Now, next time, I'll be changing this. So now, my classroom is far. No, for sure. That's my 6th grade class. My 4th grade class would be my Spanish teacher, Miss Velasquez. She's very fun.
Oh my god.
Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah. Mine, you know, my remaining.
Hey, it's Serena.
Huh? Yeah. Everything. He has a. You know, hard liver. He's a hard liver. Okay, will you pass just get out. All y'all get out.
Sister.
Have a good day. Get out. Get out. Hi, Tyler. Tyler, are you still in here?
Yeah.